whatever's going to be out here today, I'm not going to find it. I'm at the beginning, a place I usually end at 99 times out of 100. But whatever's going to be out here, I'm not going to find it. It's been 4.5 months since I've been out. It's a beautiful March Saturday. I'm just out here looking around. I'm not even going to say I'm going to find anything at all. I just want to chill today. If I find something and recover it, I'll find it and add it to the museum. Yeah, I found it about 30 minutes ago in the muddy side of the bank. Been holding on to it since. I guarantee you that might be the only thing that we ever add to the pocket today, besides a couple of crazy looking rocks. But as far as the history goes, this is GA. Completely non-existent just about out here. But this thing here, I'm kind of disappointed in myself. I got up this morning, and the main deal was to grab some tracing paper and then some pastels and come out here and do some kind of rubbing on this thing to try to create a different kind of art piece. And I screwed up because I ran out the door without it. Forgot it, knowing that I was going to end up here today. Dang. Better luck next time. But this log is not going anywhere anytime soon. It's been here for probably 13 years. Probably could be less than that. But let me go ahead and get to looking around at stuff that is going to be just a bunch of rocks. And nothing more. Okay, yep, rocks, cool. Gotta lay off collecting just every single rock. I don't even know why I came out today. I was trying to come up with an idea to stay in the house and just work on things. But you know, it's early March. It is nice and toasty out here. I'm starting to break a sweat. Thank the Lord for that. Any transitional paleo? There used to be. Far and few between out here in GA. Yeah, but it's been forever since I've recovered anything out here. Nothing but a bunch of craziness. There's one thing I do have in the pocket though. A few things I have in the pocket. I got about 20 triangles. I'm trying to donate back out here in different locations, but I had a rational thought within my mind. I had this idea about something when it came to the perfect triangles. And I'm looking at something right now to my left. Man, that thing's gorgeous. But I had this rational thought about something when it came to the triangles. I heard it again in one of my videos. The most recent one I completed last night. That's nothing. The most recent one I completed last night. I was talking about these perfect triangles that I found in a crate within the closet when I was organizing things. Packing things up. Back in early January, I think it was. And I was talking about different things. Now I came across a crate. They had a crap load of perfect triangles in it. And I was bummed because I knew I had to add them to a crate to take them back out. And I was talking to them. I was like, you know, do I have to take them back, blah, 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 something like that. And someone said, Metatron, bring me all the triangles. Bring me all of them. Metatron, bring me all of them. I listened to that one EVP at least 300 or 400 times. And my heart started pounding real hard. And then I heard it again when they said something else. God said, "You're bad." They said you're bad or you were bad. So the first thing I did this morning was try to figure out how many triangles I can add to a couple of plastic bags, about 60 of them, the smaller ones, and take them out. Got to figure out different places to take them out, but I had this rational thought though. If someone's asking for everything to be returned, things that I've collected over the course of the last 5 to 10 years, things that I find so perfect out in heaven. Now listen to me on this. If you were asking for those things to be returned, would you want them thrown out in different locations? Or would you prefer them to be dropped off in one single location? I had that thought though. I was definitely thinking about that hardcore. It's going to be so hard to bring out 150 pounds worth of perfect triangles and drop them off in one single location. It's a bit easier just to toss them in different locations, to show my love in a different way, to show them that I'm sorry. Here's your triangles back. I'm sorry for taking them. I'm going to have to take every last one of them back out. I am. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Every last triangle I have to take out. So I got to check every drawer, every box, under the seat cushions, under the seat in the vehicle. I got to check every possible place for every single triangle that I've ever collected and take it back out. I wonder what's going to happen. I asked them that before. I said, what's going to happen when I take back out the triangles? I don't know. I don't know if I'm anxious to find out or if I'm just worried to find out. Because here's the thing. What if they're not going to let me go? What if they're not going to, I'm not going to say kill me. What if, wait, why am I talking about this? I'm worried, I'm scared. What if they're just hanging on to my life? What if they're just hanging on to my life? Dang it, I don't know. Probably nothing. But what if they're just hanging on to my life? Keep me alive until they get the triangles back. That's the one thing I'm worried about most. What if they're just hanging on to my life? Because I'm the only one that can take back out the triangles. But I could leave instructions. I could write it down. I could write down the notes for someone else. Put it in a safe just in case. leave the treasure, leave the notes to the ones who stay behind when I'm gone again. I don't know. Maybe a few finger pointer rocks within the images themselves. Adding that to the pocket. It's not a triangle. Dang. You're going to say, Da Vinci, you lied. You did. You said you were going to find nothing at all today. Well, I'm talking about the perfect artifacts. I'm talking about the artifacts that I'm always looking for. 10% of half the time. But there's a lot to look for out here. They taught me well at that when they gave me the gift to start seeing the other pieces of art, not just the points, not just the pottery. They have given us a gift to see the other things, like the axe heads. 2 in my collection were recovered out here. And then the last thing I really recovered out here was something that's probably priceless. A side profile chiseled into a rock. What the natives looked like probably thousands of years ago. Who knows how long it goes back? How old the facial feature is. Lord knows how old it is. Because I've collected quads out here before. Not quads. I thought I had two, but it's just one perfect one out here. I collected a quad out here. So these ancient, beautiful people out here, the ones from a long time ago, go that far back out here. They do. But that was probably the most recent perfect item collected out here. And the one before that was what? The Guilford axe. Dang. But no, I'm kind of bummed at the moment when it comes to good old GA out here. Good old Georgia when it comes to looking for the artifacts. I'm not going to say what I've done for the past 5 or 6 years in this little hobby of ours has been a complete waste of time. You know, when I'm trying to do that organization of the baseball cards and stuff like that, I've been looking at more YouTube videos about artifacts and learning from them and stuff like that. Looking at other people's exploring videos that are nowhere near as long as mine are. Nowhere near as long as mine are. And I just got depressed. I made a very unfortunate decision to watch ones that were created in Kansas and in Missouri. You're going to say, oh no, he found them. He found the videos he's not supposed to look at. Oh yeah, I was watching these guys. One of the videos is called Nomadic Adventures. If you want to see some grand, perfect things collected, you watch that channel right there. Nomadic Collections or Nomadic Adventures, something like that. They're a little bit country, my kind of people. Really though. Kind of like reminds me of how I grew up. But the stuff that they find every 5 minutes will blow your mind. Everything is a perfect spear tip. 5,000 years old, the size of their hands. And then they complain about a chip on it. It makes us in Georgia look like, how should I say this? It makes us look like amateurs. It makes Georgia look, I'm not going to say stupid, I'm just going to say, let's just say, it makes Georgia look very lacking when it comes to that aspect of history. One of their artifacts that they've collected, that they find, is worth half of my collection. Tenfold. That's why I said when I came out here today, I'm just looking. But I doubt I'm going to find anything at all. Let me go ahead and keep on looking, keep talking throughout the day. But at least I found another finger pointer rock. And at least I found some kind of tractor toy. Add them to the pocket. Might be the only pieces today. I see something. Is it worthy enough for the art? Some art pieces, I don't know. No, it's a piece of glass. I can tell the closer I got, I saw a reflection on the side. Dang. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to remind me. But hey, Da Vinci, you said you saw something immaculate back there. I did. We'll go take a look at it in a minute. Something that caught my eye at a distance. Don't know if I can collect it though. Gotta look for everything out here. You're going to say, you're going to argue, you're going to say, but you just said you're not going to collect anything or find anything out there. Well, you have to keep a lookout for the signs. Besides, there's just a little glimmer of hope that there's going to be, at least one out here. But like I was talking about those videos I was watching at home when I was putting together the baseball books and stuff like that. And I kept being drawn in by these perfect videos. I know they're real amateur, 10 years old, whatever. Don't have a lot of views on them. If you love this hobby, I'd advise you to keep a lookout for videos like that to learn from them. But the stuff that they have over there compared to the stuff they have out here, I know it's all drawn. I know it's all driven. Drawn. I know it's all driven by the details of the landscape. I mean, I was studying the geology within the image, and every single gravel bar they went into had the same kind of rock. Kind of rock and stone that you don't find out here in Georgia. Everything sounded like porcelain, glass. And I was like, there's the answer. There's another reason why we don't find that kind of stuff in Georgia. I know we have quartz and stuff like that, and flint and all the other ones, but the ancient peoples from a long time ago, they absolutely adored whatever they had up there a long time ago. It made it easy to create everything. But I was crapping my drawers when I was looking at other people's videos, and they were acting like it was nothing. And it made me start to realize about the powers of the balance of life itself. Like I talk about a lot in my videos, the powers of the laws of all that kind of stuff. The balance of it all. And they have a good balance out there, but I mean, think about the things that they always run across. It throws off the balance within my mind. But I guess you're going to say that I should feel extremely lucky for the things that I find. You're right. The things that we collect or we're lucky enough to find in Georgia is what we're allowed to collect and recover. Driven by the details of nature itself. The life of it and everything else. The geology, the landscape, everything is driven from it. Driven by it. So what I find out here is, what am I going to say? How am I going to put this? What I find and collect out here, as far as human artifacts go, is exactly what we're meant to find and recover. The scale of it, the detail of it, is what is meant to be existing out here. Ain't that the truth? But you think about the scale of the details in their life. You think about that for a moment. It's so normal for them up there in those states, like Ohio and stuff like that. It's so normal for them to come across these giant perfect spear tips all the time. And other things. And they just pick it up like it's nothing. This one dude. What channel did he have? What is it called? Flint Vision or something like that. It only gets about 500 views. That's it. Some little dude. Some young guy. And he picked up this one spear tip that had to be a foot long. And he was picking it up like it was nothing. He didn't say that was a find of a lifetime. He did act a little excited though. A little tad bit excited. But if I found something like that out here, I would be rolling out here with that one item and just call it a day. I would. Because it'd be a find of a lifetime. And you think about the details of the scale of the cost, the price. If I find something like that in GA, is it worth more because it was found in GA? Out of its context of where it normally should be found? Is it worth less if it's found in the north? Think about that. Where's that perfect thing at that I saw? There's something though. No, I had a Metatron X right in the middle of it. I couldn't miss it. The sun has shifted though. It was facing us. Crazy, I'm too busy looking for that rather than looking for artifacts. There it is right there. If I added that to the pocket, you can believe that's going to go to the curio cabinet. Oh, the glare is on the screen. I know you're going to say, you see it, you see it. Or maybe you don't. I can't even see it on the screen. perfect item right there. Nothing in this one. There went 17 minutes for a finger pointer rook. Exactly what I was looking for. If only I had the trace paper with pastels. They need to let me find something that's going to draw me back out here to a place that's so far away. I don't want to come all the way back here just with a piece of paper and a piece of chalk. But maybe that's exactly what I need to do. They want... What was that? It's almost like they want me to start shifting my focus, because maybe I found exactly what I need to find in every place I go to. Will be different in October. You guys think I'm crazy. Look at that. Native American carving. Ooh, someone's making an appearance right in the middle of it. Come on now. No, I'm just kidding. That's not Native American carving. Where is it? The spirit out here of the natives always lives on. I know that for a fact. You're going to say, but coming back as a worm? That's one of the worst possible things. How so? Look what they get to do in such a short period of time. Different kind of writing right here. Let me keep on looking. There's something that's waiting with nothing in it. Here we go. Let's find nothing, shall we? I know I'm trying to flip things around when it comes to this. Try to see what's going to happen. A lot of things in my life are backwards and forwards at the same time. There are a lot of things that I do, a lot of things I say that if I do and I say it, the opposite happens. So if I come out here excited and expecting to find and recover some major things, there were a lot of times that I recovered nothing at all, found and collected nothing at all. So I have this attitude, if I have this idea, just to come out and chill and expect to find nothing at all, will the opposite happen? That's what I'm here to look at today. That's what I'm here to do also. But when it comes to the triangles, here's another idea that I had. They love it when I take them out and drop them off at the big trees, the trees of life. Just like when I went to a couple places before. The first EVP I got, when I was standing next to what I thought was a signal tree. That's the first one I got when someone said, bring me all the triangles. And there's a lot of times that I go driving around and I'll just chuck them out the window into some landscape, some field or something. Not drop them off on the road. I think I'll forego the idea of dropping them off in city streets, in the fountains. I don't think God wants that. But who knows, maybe they do. I got to consider that. I don't know if the way I'm dropping them off is good or not. If it's right or wrong. I don't know if I have to drop off every last one at a giant tree. Just like the one at Panola Mountain. when I was sitting there next to that giant tree. And I was donating about 15 of them around the base, praying that it was going to live to be at least 500 years old. I don't know, I got to think about that. But in the meantime, let me look for nothing right now. Let me try to see if I can find another face in a rock. I think I got a giant preform right here. It's rounded off on both sides. I'm not going to take it though. I'm just going to leave it out here. Yeah, that's got to be one. It's exactly what it is. Look how they've been working on it. Look at the back. That's the bottom right there. You can tell because of that side. Look at that. They probably quit because they saw the fool's gold inside of it. Maybe they were looking for the gold instead. And they harvested the gold. Yeah, that's a cool looking preform right there. Well, I'm not really left-handed when it comes to baseball. That was a good find. That is an artifact. We did find something. That's weird though. Look at that. It's got holes in it. Natural. Should I drop off some triangles right here? I don't know. I mean, drop them off in the woods up here. That I don't know. Although this one time I was donating some on camera. Live on camera, and someone said thank you. When I was tossing back a few triangles. I think like one or two up in the woods one day. When I was creek exploring. And someone said thank you. So I think it might be okay if I just go out to different places as I can get out there. But I'm definitely on a time crunch because who knows how long bad things are going to happen or whatever is going to happen if I hold on to them long. I don't think I donated one triangle this fall, in this winter. Well, I didn't go out a lot. Not at all. I stayed in and worked on art pieces. Nine seconds later. I always got to look at a rock when it looks like this. When there's something out here that looks like this. I mean, I can't tell if that's natural or not. Hard to tell. If it's an art piece, then what the heck is it supposed to resemble? A fish? A dog? A moose? A saber-toothed cat? Let me go ahead and leave it. Could be anything, really. Damn, I'm gonna have to look at every single rock today. Knowing what I found in the past. Like the side profile of that face in that rock just got me going. Now I have to look at every single rock, big and small. Just like the little arrowhead that I found that has a side profile of what the Native Americans also kind of look like. How did they have that kind of craftsmanship? Of course, the one that's in the little quartz arrowhead looks exactly like a side profile of Washington, but it can't be. The way things were so perfect back then when it came to art, any side profile, any face could be anybody. They all look exactly the same because it's created with an object, a piece of wood, a rock. You can only get it so perfect, and that's it. So everybody looks blended. But dang, I just saw something look like a giant preform. But everything out here, like these giant mechanical looking finger pointer rocks. What if that's exactly what they were created as? All these finger pointer rocks, what if that's exactly what they are? Instead of signal trees, what if they laid out rocks? Dang. Good thinking. Where's that thing that looked like a preform? Bam. You're going to say that's one you need to take a look at and keep. I'm not going to do that thing though. Because it's not. Well, it still could be one. Maybe, maybe not. Good eye, good game, good game. There's another one that I found out here. Another little, like mechanical looking one. Mechanical looking finger pointer rock. There it is, right there. I'm not going to keep that one though, it looks too blocky. It's on edge on something. Why would I be looking if there's nothing out here, right? Might need to add this thing to the pocket. I said I was going to stop collecting these things for this year, but that one looks like it might have some nice detail on it. I see some colors of the Leti. If I see any text or anything like that, I'm not going to take it, but if it's smashed good enough to erase those kind of details, then, oh dang, it might not be good enough to collect. Well, which means when I start making these pieces, those kind of details will be seen. And I'm talking about the words and stuff like that. Voodoo Ranger. Huh. Well, it is garbage. Let me go ahead and add it to the pocket instead. Get it out of here. Hey, check out this nice piece of moonstone right here. Look at that. I kind of stopped collecting these things too because the collection was getting overwhelming. But of course, another thing is because I didn't have a rock tumbler to make them more perfect and make things out of them, put them in a fish tank, whatever. But that right there is a nice piece. Imagine if I found a flawless, intact moonstone spear tip out here. Imagine that. But let me try to do something. Let me go ahead and try to donate some triangles. I just had a Da Vinci style thought a few minutes ago. I was sitting there thinking about something. Maybe it's a way to keep the balance. I just thought about this. Hold on. Let me think about this for a minute. What if it's a way to keep the balance within my hobbies? You know, I'm always talking about the balance of life, balance of everything else. You have to give to receive. You have to receive to give. You take something, you give it back. Not give it back, but you give something else back. It's like a trade, like the natives taught us. They didn't have money. They traded things. Maybe that's what they're trying to beat into my mind out here. Just like the balance of life out here. When something's missing, something else is replaced within it. You heard me back there talk about it. Wait a minute. The last 6 months of last year, I collected next to nothing at all. But I also said that I didn't donate one single triangle in fall and winter. Wonder what's going to happen when I start donating triangles again. Will they let us collect the fine stuff? The other things of our desires. There goes one. Maybe I have to pay them back for the things I collected also. However little it was. Dang it, I should have put more triangles in the pocket. What the heck? Alright, God, this is for you. I'm trying to donate the triangles back, if you don't mind. I'm so sorry I took them. I mean, I'm sorry in a different way. They're gorgeous. I'm mad that I took them, but they're such glorious items in your own collection. The things that you need. I'm so sorry that I took those from you. Father, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me, will you? I'm going to start dropping them off, you know I am. I'll learn my lesson. Should have put more triangles in the pocket, though. I might blow through the 10 or 15 that I have left. There's another one, God. Keep on going. What if that's it, though? Now's another question I gotta ask. What happens when I take back all the triangles? And don't take any more? Some of my, what am I trying to say? Some of my most successful days out here. Some of the better days that I've had, everywhere I went, was in the very beginning of the hobby. I'm thinking about this. Like when I go to a creek, one of my permissions or something, for the very first time, we always have a perfect time. We always run out and collect and recover some very monumental things within the first 1 or 2 times we go to a place for those times, the first 2 times. And we discover the triangles later. And thus I take the triangles out. But then I don't find any of the other things of our desires over time, causing me to give up on the location. But the things I still find are the triangles that I kept on taking. Oh, man. Boy, did I make a big mistake in that. But it's a learning process. It's a learning process. I'm trying to clean off the can. Get the garbage out of here. It's a learning curve. I hope you're thinking along with me. But you're going to say, but Vinci, hey, you wouldn't be in that kind of predicament if you never went out. Like us human beings, the ones who don't do your kind of hobby, the ones that don't know the things that you know, the ones that don't see the things that you are allowed to see. We don't see that. We don't do that kind of stuff. So we're out of the equation. We're out of the equation. I know it's just me who's getting myself in this kind of different kind of trouble. I wonder if they want me to break out all my collections and take them all out, like all my rock collections and stuff. What if they want me to do that? But they specifically said the triangles. What the heck am I getting myself into? Won't be doing this in July or May. What the heck am I doing? The imbalance of life. The things that they allow me to see. You know, there's going to be some snakes right up in here in the next month or so. I got to figure out a different way, but look, it's so shallow right behind it. I might have to take on this challenge. Up to the waist. Yeah, okay, sure. Really. Well, I couldn't get past it. It goes well above the waist around the curve right there. I couldn't act like Rambo today. Maybe when the summertime comes, if it's safe enough. But dang, probably one of the biggest chunks of moonstone I've ever seen out here. Look at that thing. Beautiful. Gonna leave it. Leave the balance out here. We have collected it within our mind and our eyes. Let's let them have the hard details of it. A bumblebee. Hello. Helping maintain heaven. I'm so glad to see them for the first time. Well, the third time. The first two times it wasn't so friendly. Well, to me that is. First couple of times I saw them, they were laying out dead because they came out prematurely. And they were just lying down on the ground motionless. Let me look for things that don't exist. So easy, yet so difficult at the same time. Ain't no way. But I'm right there. Guess I'll have to depend on a balance. One of the better ones in my collection. Masterpiece. About to give it back. Perfect. Seems weird to say that backwards. Dang. There could be 3 axe heads in here, Guilford axes, but there's a bunch of leaves that resemble the other things too. I'll have to look at everything though. Why? I mean, that could be a fake axe, but it's nothing at all. I'll tell you something though, I'm about to prove something to you really quickly. I am. I just had a thought about something when I donated that last triangle. And they still allow me to see even more. Dang. Boy. It's perfect at one angle. Dang. But let me prove something to you really quickly at the moment when it comes to this out here. I just thought about this. I'll never forget this one EVP I had in one of my videos. When I was talking about picking up the triangles and finding them, how perfect they are. And I had many theories about them. Like, what if they resemble souls of the humans? What if they just resemble not only a human soul, but a soul of life itself? The souls that exist within the universe. What if that's the case? What if it's something else? It could be anything. But how can a soul live within a non-living object? Like a rock. So I think I just debunked that one. But the Almighty is everything that has to do with life, though. But I just had an idea about something. Dang, look at that. When it comes to this one time when I was talking about picking up the objects, the triangles, someone said it's payment. Someone said it was payment. So it's almost as if there's an entity out here that's really not so good. But it could be on the flip side of things, I don't know. Someone's mad for me to pick up the triangles. And the little ones out here, the cherubs, like to tell on me. They like to rat on me for taking all the triangles. And then there's one entity that says it's payment. But then there's one that wants them back. No, I didn't find anything. Nothing at all. You're going to say, but how? That's impossible. Nothing's impossible. You should all know that by now. Nothing at all. Instead of taking something, I'm going to give something back. As I found it before. We'll see what happens in the future out here. I know. I know exactly what you're pointing to. Another reason why I came out here today. Going to be the best one in my collection, possibly. And it weighs about 5 to 10 pounds. Got to get that thing later. If I'm able to make it that far. But it's not going anywhere. It's not. Because it weighs too much. It'll take 5 monumental floods just to move it around. Whatever. But that's one thing I got to get out here today. Best finger pointer rock out here. Chiseled into a side of a giant rock. Resembles what looks like a perfect pointing hand. You saw it in one of my previous videos. I think it was like when I was out here like a month ago. Or something like that. And I picked it up towards the end of the video. Maybe you never saw it. Maybe the battery was dead. And I didn't get a chance to film it. But I threw it up on the side. Knowing I had to come back and recover that thing. Nothing else like it out here. Yep, still nothing. That's cool with me though. Not a big deal. I'm not expecting to find anything today. I already told you at the beginning. Dang. But I did find a little bit of a tool. Not going to keep it though. Maybe it's just a broken preform. You can see the fine napping on it. Cool. Whitest thing out here besides me. And then I found this weird looking rock. Looks like part of the foundation. Look at that fine angle on that. Oh, it's nothing. I know. It's just interesting to me. It stood out. So I took a look at it. No written languages, nothing like that out here yet. Still looking. Who knows what I might find at Stone Mountain though if I can get out there as many times as possible. Well, since I didn't collect anything in here, I guess no triangle is needed. Should I? Or should I not? I just missed it. I just missed the diamond of the day. I can only see it going backwards. I stepped right on top of it. The diamond of the day. Dang, look at that. You can even see it. Diamond of the day. Herkimer diamond, whatever you call it. Quartz crystal, perfectly clear. Dang. Boy. Definitely finding something today. Add it to the pocket. Definitely not adding that to the pocket after I learn my lesson. Let me add this thing to the pocket really quick. It's like somebody threw out some cups with advertisements on it. Rambo. Even the balance of my own words come back and they're printed on something. Dang, Rambo. What's the timestamp that I said Rambo back there when I said I don't think I could Rambo myself through something earlier? Dang. How did I know that was going to happen? But I didn't. Look at me. Trying to create some crazy video again. How are these beavers able to balance like this? Check that out. I want to see them in action though. That's cool. Chomping away at it. They must be huge. They gotta be huge. What, 3.5 feet long? Crazy. Wonder where they are. I don't know if this is going to be a faker or not. Not really much of any kind of axe head looking device, but I think I'll just leave it. Old school for real. Two for one right here. But there's something here you don't see, and I can barely see it too. But it caught my eye when I leaned down to pick this thing up. Oh, dang. They're always broken. Wonder if that counts as a triangle. So tempting, most definitely. I still want to know who's the one that said this is pavement. Trying to get me to take the triangles. Is that ice? Glass. No, I mean ice is in like crystal. Dang, more of this green stuff though. Only finding this one creek. Actually found like a preform or a authentic half-assed artifact made out of this stuff right here. Had two green lines running through it. Beautiful. Go ahead and leave it. find more later. Maybe I might actually find some emeralds in Brazil or something. Going to have to add this to the stash of weird shaped rocks. Look at this thing right here. Man. It's like the third rock today that looks like a pot. Well, the bottom part, the handle, the handle's missing. Yeah, that's cool right there though. Very geometric. A little gnat on it, my bad. Another green rock. This one's got a little bit of the leche in it. Well, they all do, really. Dang, put this thing right here. Very cool indeed. Last couple of cool things right here. Just go ahead and leave them. Perfect triangle. I mean, rectangle and perfect circle. That's how the day has gone. But I found these things right here. Could be a knife. I think I'll just chuck it back. It's just one of those rocks. Looks like it could be anything at all. Bam. But I found this heartbreaker right here. This material doesn't exist throughout here. Some kind of chert. Look. Would have been gargantuan if it was intact. Beautiful material. Look at that. Kind of deep. Don't think I'll be going this way. Used to be able to walk right up in here. They did something like this, they got to have something out here for us. Got to find it. It's getting late. Got a couple hours before it gets dark. The temptation is forever going to kill me from now on. Really though. That's one heck of a piece of art right here. Check this thing out. Go ahead and drop it back. Cool. Artist. Looks like another giant preform right here. Think I'll go ahead and collect it. It's perfect. Kind of. First piece of pottery all day. Well, not really. Crockware, that is. Where's the end of it? Impossible. Talk about impossible. How does a styrofoam dish not float away in the water? I'm almost afraid to touch it. They might get mad at me for disturbing their little impossibleness. There's nothing holding it down. But it's not impossible, because everything is possible. Thanks for the truth in that. Styrofoam bowl, not even moving. Definitely possible. And they just proved it to us. It's getting dark out here. Just came back to make one little trip. Come grab something. See you back at the studio later. Discover what we recovered today. You know the routine. Let me go ahead and empty out this thing, whatever we did or did not collect today. It's a full bag, but it's also empty, if you know what I mean. Well, that's it for today. Check it out. Look at it. One thing I had to go back and get from a previous adventure. It doesn't look like much, but looks like I have 2 blue balls. Shut the heck up. All right. Next to nothing today when it came to the history. But we collected more than you could ever imagine. This little pile right here. Look at this. Dang. You talk about the signs. It just continued throughout the entire day. Every step I took. Even when you didn't see it on camera, there was always something waiting. Dang, look at that. Boy. Got to get the micro camera out for that one. Never saw it before. Cool. One of the lightest days in my history of collecting, that is. Boy. Where am I going to have room in the cabinet for this? Talk about a hand pointer. If only you could see it. Well, I know you see it now. I know you do. But I mean, if you ever would notice it. But dang, they even got the wrist right. I'd say, what, 3,000 to 5,000 years old on this? Wonder what they were pointing at. Always got to follow the pointing fingers. The pointing hands. Not just the fingers, but the hands. Priceless, probably worth about $4,000. Just kidding. More like $4 million. Dang. Point us to the heavens in a different way. The treasure. Kid toy, no big deal. First thing I ever added to the hands. Talk about Da Vinci style. Looks like one of my old inventions that never came to pass. Even has arrows on it. Look at that. The arrow. Cool. Went to something else. Just got this because I thought it was artistic. Add something to it later. I don't know if that's an arm or what. Or if it's a person praying on the knees. Oh yeah, that's right. It's the reason I collected this thing. Totally forgot about this side, and it's only been a couple hours. I was so infatuated with that thing right there that the treasure was on the other side. Nutting stone. Broken. Huh. Which way is better? The kneeling person who was praying, or this side? Both sides hold the truth. Worth probably $15 million. All right, cool. Got the planet. Talk about Da Vinci's world. It's almost like my workout today. Definitely going to hang on to this thing right here. Yeah, cool. Another finger pointing rock. Whatever it is, whatever it was supposed to be, it's here now. Yeah, just got some architectural looking rocks. Forget the golf ball. That's going to be taken out with a with the baseball bat. Tailor made. That reminds me of that show. That sports show, whatever it was, back in like the 90s. Tailor-made moment. Yeah. Fox 36 or something like that. Forgot what channel it was on. Cool. The heck is that thing? Another beautiful rock. Very architectural. I was actually playing with these things in the creek. Trying to see what I can do with these. Masterful. Don't want to hide the angles though. I mean, it can go anyway. Like some kind of structure or something like that. No, I wouldn't look right. Interesting. Different kind of textures right there. Got some moonstone right here. Quartz crystal, look at that. Another one for the pile. I still don't know where these come from though. Have no clue. These beautiful quartz crystals, these terminated crystals that we're always looking for. Like it's trying to get us to go to the Renaissance Festival. There's no way there's a cave or anything like that. Up the creek, I know that for a fact. I tracked down the creek as far as I can go. With permission, that is. But this right here, I keep finding these in that one creek. But it's not that long. Makes me wonder about it though. What if the natives, thousands of years ago, what if they collected these things? And this was part of their collection. Because there's no caves, there's nothing out there that resembles any kind of geologic form where this can come from. But who knows? Yeah, got some more moonstone. Yeah, cool. Crystalline. Piece of plastic. Only piece of crockware for today. Probably 1909 on this. Yeah. Nice. Got the cans out of there. I think I've seen that one in there for about 2.5 years, I think. And they kept sitting out there for me to come get. Imperial. And then you got the best piece of ice of the day. Right here. Can see right through it. Absolutely love geology. I just wish it was a diamond. But what would I do with it though? Very nice indeed. And then you have these things here, just random stuff, and then this right here. This might be a point. Don't know until I take a deeper look at it. Looks like some kind of amateur granite Mara mountain. Can't really tell. It's one of the first things I picked up out there. Can't really tell if it's been worked. It's so perfect in a different way though. Could be the real deal. But you talk about a real deal. Real deal preform right here. It's going to be added to the preform pile. Right there. Not that big. It's only got about 20 in there, but bam. Talk about priceless item. I'm a big believer in these things. Most definitely. Could be a great archaeological find, along with many of my other things in my collection. But I found this a couple of months ago. pockets were too full to carry it out. Yeah. But it doesn't even fit in the pocket. Basically had to have the hands free. I don't know about this though. I mean, should I color the hand and leave everything natural? Or just leave the entire thing natural? I think I'm going to leave the entire thing natural. Because imagine, it's your own belief, right? Either way, it's priceless. Worth millions of dollars. Talk about a treasure indeed. Different kind of finger pointer rock. Wonder where it sat. What was it pointed towards? How long did it take either side to make it? Either the hands of nature or the hands of mankind. Something I can definitely retire on. Just like a lot of other things in my collection. But I would never sell it. It goes right into my Da Vinci museum. Yeah, no names on the back. Not that I know of. Hope you enjoyed the little adventure out there. Sorry about that. Basically just had to go back and grab something. Grab a hand. That was pointing at who knows what. Maybe I'll track you down later. See you in the next video.